We in the building. You rocking out with LFOD.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio, live free or die.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio, live free or die radio on 91.5.
Live free or die.
LFOD Radio, boy.
LFOD Radio. Oh.
You are now tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. If this makes it to iTunes, this is episode number 110. It's May 15th, 2018. Hello?
Hello.
What's happening?
Hey.
What's going on?
You know, the usual.
That's what's up. And of course. And we got Tashawn here as well.
Tashaw's in the building as well.
Hi.
Hey, Teya. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You know, we surviving the apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's lit.
Yes.
It's lit.
It's lit. This is dope. I'm glad you could call in. So, yeah, guys. So we had a busy weekend. We were at, busy. If people have not been following the LFOD Radio Instagram story, they have been missing a lot because the past 3 or 4 nights, we've been in multiple places at once. Friday night, up in Portland, Maine, they had the Shane Rice and Goddamn Chan record release party, and Dylan was up there at that. But then you guys were at the Avalanche over at the Milky Way. Yeah. I wasn't there. I have no idea how that went. So, you guys wanna fill us in here?
T, you talk about it first.
Okay. It was a lot of fun. There was definitely a lot of people vibing and everything. The music was definitely there. It was there. There's a lot of potential because you could tell that there's some new people who had come out, and shout out to them. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, honestly. What do you think, Tashawn?
What was your favorite part?
What was my favorite part?
Yeah.
My favorite part was the first performance.
Who was that?
I think that was Big League.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, it was Big League. Big League was the first performance.
Yep.
Did you say that that might not have been the answer, or was?
That's what Tashawn says. That's what happened, I guess.
Yeah, he was the first performance. I think he was the first one to go up, and then it was some dude named Game Boy.
Oh yeah, he was pretty dope too.
Oh yeah, Game Boy was amazing.
Game Boy was really, really good. Shout out to him.
Shout out Game Boy one time.
Yes.
Shout out Yurp Nation putting the whole thing together.
Hold on, I didn't say what was cool.
No, it's your turn now. I just wanted, because it's hard with the phone stuff, you can get completely lost. So I wanted to hear from Teya, and then what does Tay think?
Yo, so I really enjoyed the show. It was really cool. Honestly, there were some performances that I did like. There was other performances that I didn't really like. You know what I mean? Big League, he did his thing. You know what I mean? He brought the energy. Game Boy brought the lyrics. Apparently he's an OG. You know what I mean? He's I was out here, I was just rapping, doing this and that and the third. He comes back and he just sets the entire stage on fire, talking about revolutionary stuff. He's dropping bangers, dropping knowledge, just forcing it. And YM Prop, he did his thing. YM Prop, you know what I'm saying? His track Road to Riches, that was really, really cool. We couldn't stay for Joseph James and the rest of Yurp Nation, but if anything, we stayed enough. And honestly, that night was definitely really, really cool. You know what I mean? Things went down that night, and it was really, really cool.
Things went down that night.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I felt I was.
A nice message. That I'm pretty sure it was Game Boy.
Yeah.
He was the one who said it. He said, a lot of people go out to these events and then they just leave after their performance. And it's Boston is the type of place where you got to network in order to get your stuff out there. And I thought that was, pretty dope.
Absolutely. Because if you're getting put on a bill with those people, there's obviously something that you have in common with them, or that your fan bases might have in common, and you should be looking to build with those people. Same thing if you're getting thrown in playlists with people. Go hit up those artists. Like, figure out why people are putting you together. And,
exactly.
You know. Also, it's just weak when you show up and like bring a crowd and then you leave with the crowd. You know, it's you know, we're not at that level where you can be doing that.
Exactly. Like, come on. Everybody here is still starting out. Everybody here is like, you know, still doing their thing. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, if you're just out here just like, oh yeah, like let me just go to the show and then leave right after, it's like, bruh, like the only time you should ever leave after a show is when you gotta cook for your family, dog. That's the only time you should leave after a show. If you have to cook for your mom and dad and the rest of your like family members, that's the only time you're allowed to leave for the show. Or if you have another show like right after that, that's the only time people are ever going to leave like an actual show. But if you're like, if you really want to be like remembered out here, don't just leave right after you're done and then be like, yeah, you know, like, you know, I'm out here, you know, doing my thing. Like, nah, like, come on. You gotta do all that, bro.
Yeah, try to be positive. You know, you can do what you want, but people would appreciate if you stuck around.
No, not really. You can't do what you want.
All right,
dog. If you're in the position where it's like if you can't really average like 100,000 plays organically, then you can't do what you want.
I don't know. It's wild because it's a tough discussion. Like, I remember people getting salty in the past because certain vets like were on their phones during their sets and stuff, and like there is a level of pain, dude. Like, not every. It's a tricky conversation, but I agree, man. If you're at these events and we're building something and you're already above it, that's the beautiful thing about the scene out here, and the size of it is like it humbles you because there's not that like next level venue. Like, you're still gonna be at those same venues with the same people coming up that you came up at. Like, unless you're only playing House of Blues, like you're gonna rub shoulders with those people you saw on the way up too. And like, if you think you're too big right away, that's not gonna. I mean, I've dabbed up legends like walking in and out of church that like absolutely like these people are in movies. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And they're still there. You're gonna be there, you know. So.
No shade, though.
No, I didn't mean that in a shade way. I meant it in a like, yeah, if you think you're too big for it, like early on, like that's gonna be a rude awakening, you know.
Exactly.
You know,
like honestly, like that kind of just like, you know, takes away from it because nobody wants to remember that person that's like, oh yeah, he too good for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, how am I gonna remember you if I saw you perform once and then you just left? Like, I've never heard of you before.
Right, exactly. But we're talking about positivity. YN.
Positivity.
Shout out to them for putting that together. Avalanche. I can't wait to go to the next one. So you guys had that. That was dope. I'm glad you guys got to rock out at that little team building.
Yeah.
You know?
That was really cool.
And I was missing it, but I was doing some stuff. And then Saturday night, I was up in Portland, Maine, myself, about Oxbow blending and bottling for Smif-N-Wessun, Terminology, Crumb Snatcher, Acrobatic, and it was a pretty dope show, man.
Acrobatic always puts.
Yo, Ac was on one. Ac is steady, like, and he always delivers. But he was in a different place that night, like, and I got some footage. We're gonna be sharing that. But he was running through some oldies too. He did internet MCs. He did dope freestyle sesh acapella. Like, he was going in. Term bodied it. It was dope to see Crumb Snatcher. DJ Myth was on the boards. And Smif-N-Wessun, absolute legends. I can't believe it took me this long to see them. They were dope too because they roll with the punches. Like, they did like 3 songs, and then all of a sudden it got like pretty quiet, and they're like, "Yo, Soundman, like turn me up." And I guess there's a decibel limit that kicks in at like midnight or something. So the guy had his decibel reader. He's like, "That's it." So they're like, "All right, we're gonna whisper on these." Like, Steel was just doing like a whisper flow kind of for the rest of it.
Did it
and
actually
like,
work?
Yeah, it was dope. And then, I mean, they found their natural voice, but like for at least a song or two, he was like, yeah. And, like, he did all his verses in this like fun, like he was just having fun, like rolling with the punches. Lots of like, at one point there was like a 8-inch joint on stage. Like,
oh my god.
Well, because he was like, "Guys, come on, like, where is it? Like, isn't it legal up here? What's going on?" And then like the whole crowd, So it was dope. That was a real cool show. Shout out to Ben Shore putting all that stuff together up in Portland. And we got some videos coming from that. But it was a good weekend for hip-hop. And I also realized, not enough people know who Smif-N-Wessun are. So we're going to play some Smif-N-Wessun records today.
Yo, I actually have an announcement.
Do you?
So, yes, I have an announcement.
Hijacking the show. What's going on?
I'm sorry. I got to do it, though. I got to do it. So, my song, Miss Thing, on SoundCloud, it got over 10,000 plays.
Oh, word?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Tay.
That was a milestone I've been trying to hit for, years, yo. And I'm like, holy crap, it finally happened.
Yo,
you know what
congrats,
I mean?
man.
Whoa,
Yeah.
With the profanity. Whoa.
I said the C word, okay? But yeah, I was really excited about that. I was like, yo, are you kidding? I literally woke up and I saw those numbers. I was like, bruh. I was like, bruh. It was wild crazy. But honestly, it inspired me a lot. So I just had to put that out there because I literally finished the song today. After seeing that, I started writing again and I was like, yo, this is amazing. And honestly, I've been trying to get myself producing my own material, but I was just like, yo, I can start with this. I can start just off of the strength of something like this. This is the moment where it's I have to keep it pushing. I have to keep the ball rolling here. You know what I mean? So it's I feel like I'm finally doing what I'm able to be doing for a while now. You know what I mean? So
we're all very proud of you.
To me, thank you.
We'll celebrate. You guys aren't 21, but I got a bottle of champagne. We got to pop anyway. We had our 2-year birthday on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
For LFOD Incorporated. Teya's almost there. We'll save the champagne for when she's
yeah.
Was that 3? That's a while though, years, right?
That's 3 years.
Yeah, that's about 3 years.
She's grown.
I'm an old 19.
Oh wow.
Oh,
so,
okay.
2 years.
Well, we'll hang on to it. So Teya, can you hang out for a bit, or do you have to run?
Yeah.
All right, I want to play a record, and then I want to talk about the future
of LFOD or just Boston scene in general.
What we're gonna do over this next month, because I want to get some things happening. First of all, if you're tuned in right now, at LiveFreeOD Radio on Twitter, hit us up, or LFOD Radio on Instagram, Facebook, but hit us up, because lately I've been feeling like people are just liking our Instagram pictures, and they're not even tuned in, so I'm curious who's really out there.
Tune in.
So, at LiveFreeOD Radio, would have you call in, but we got Teya on the phone line, so you got to tweet at us or hit us on Facebook. You can text me, but I'd rather not. I'd rather if you put it on there. People are texting me. So, anyway, we're going to play. We got these overtime records from Bakari. Shout out to Bakari JB. 8 hours. He banged out 10 tracks over at Mass Apparel. And, of course, none of them are named in a way that I can remember what song they're supposed to be. But he had a song about dial tones, and I'm going to guess which one it is. Ah, man. I'm going to guess it might be Farewell. And we're going to play this one. He recorded this in 40 minutes. If you didn't... Oh, shout out to Shabazz, spelling Bakari with an E. No respect. Yo, I'm sorry. That's a little behind the scenes. Anyway, this is off Overtime. If you don't know, you can get that on Audio Mac, Overtime. Basically, they do a thing called the Shift over at Mass Apparel. The next one is June 2nd with Hum Beats. And basically, you come in and you clock in at noon, you clock out at 8, and however many beats you make in that period of time is your beat tape for the day. It's right in Mass Apparel. You can come hang out, shop. It's a cool atmosphere. Just kick it, see some beats getting made. And then now Mo Pope put together something where he's bringing in MCs to rhyme over all the shift beats that have been created in the past. So the production on it is crazy, and it's just dope to see it all flow together. But this one is called, and it's all mixed in the dojo by Shabazz himself. And this is Farewell off that record. It's edited. Shout out to them for the edits. I was losing hope today that we were never going to get clean music from our favorite artists, but we got Bakari JB, so we'll just play Bakari JB records from now on. You tune in to Live Free or Die Radio. We'll be back after a couple of these joints. This one's called Farewell. Teya, you with us?
Beep.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I thought she was dead.
Nah. Dial tone, dial tone. That was that brand new Bakari JB. The joint's called Ratchet. Before that, we played Wasteman, and we kicked things off with Farewell. That's all off the Overtime record, which is crazy.
How many tracks?
He did 10 in 8 hours.
Yes. Shouts out to Bakari JB. We were talking about this at the train station, bro.
Yo, yeah. Bezo's the man. He's been the man. He will continue to be the man. He just needs to... it's good to see him putting out records. I would love to see some videos. I would love to see him, turn up the way we all know he can.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But, so, here's what I want to talk about.
What's up?
What you want to talk about?
Did you bring any intro records, Tashawn?
I have an idea for one.
Okay.
Wesley's Theory, off of To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay. So...
What'd you say, Teya?
What? I didn't say anything.
No, she doesn't want us talking about him until this episode happens. I think that's what she said. So
wait, so we were
here's
supposed to have
what I'm
a Kendrick,
thinking.
we were supposed to have a Kendrick episode?
No. Just like the intro episode. So what I've been thinking, so next week we have our last guest, Tef Poe, coming through.
Oh, word.
We have our last guest.
Woo!
And then June, we kind of do our thing and get ready for July, which is the Alumni Cypher Series.
Woo!
4th annual. Yes. I'm fired up. So
Woo!
For those that don't know what that is we invite back every single MC that has ever come through here, and those that are interested rise to the occasion and come through, and we do live ciphers every Tuesday in July. Basically,
I'm pumped.
yeah, it's wild. We get the beats in advance. Shout out to Beat Club Podcast. The only way to get featured as a producer is to go through the Beat Club Podcast.
Yes.
If you don't know about them, they'll be talking more about it on Sunday on their episode, but they put on for producers. They're going to go through, curate the beats. They're going to send me their top 10, maybe 15. I send them out to the artists. The artists rank them, and then based off, the artist's favorite beats and their availability, we schedule the ciphers. So not everyone gets on their favorite beat, but they usually get on their top 1 to 3. And July is just bonkers. If you haven't heard the past ones, you can just go on anything and hashtag Alumni Cypher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. It's up there. But there's some bars all over it. So, and this year's going to be no different, especially with the caliber of MCs that have come through. And everyone that we rock with is determined and motivated to grow, so everyone gets better, which is the dope part. Every year people are better, so they kind of keep setting the bar for themselves. So anyway, June we get ready for that. We let the MCs prepare and stuff, and then that happens in July, and then August we kind of chill and do like some build up, and then September we're back with guests again. But that means it's gonna be a lot of me, Ute, and Teya talking about things, and definitely want to recap what's happened so far this year in June, but I want to do some like themed episodes. Like one thing I noticed was when I was talking about Smif-N-Wessun, and maybe some people didn't know about Boot Camp Click, so I think it would be dope to fill them in on that. I mean, still to this day, some of our most played episodes are like I did a Nipsey Hussle one like 4 years ago, like when we first started before people were coming through, and that's like one of the most played ones where I just like kind of tried to put people on that one, things like that about artists. We had like a Ninth Wonder one, so I think it'd be cool to bring in our favorite records by some artists, or like discuss topics, maybe have like a little bit of debate. But so I want to get some ideas for topics from you guys, but I also want people to hit us up with ideas. So once again, it's just at Live Free OD Radio on Twitter, at LFOD Radio on Facebook or Instagram, and just like let us know what you want to hear us talk about. Like, you kind of got an idea who we are at this point, our personalities and stuff, and what would make a good conversation. So I have a lot of opinions. I'm considering making this just a jazz station going forward.
Wow.
A lot of careless whisper going on. Huh?
No, just jazz music, because they don't curse. We can play anything, We don't have to...
Can we
kidding.
please play Wesley's Theory, though?
What's that, Teya?
I said, count me out.
You don't like jazz?
jazz is trash. No, I'm just
Oh my God.
I was about to say like, yo, Sam, hang up on her right now.
Yo, we could.
You're fired. You're fired. Bye. I'm making an executive decision.
Maybe we will have it.
Here for like what, 2 seconds?
Oh,
Bruh, all right. So
listen,
why
she's
is it
clapping
trash?
back. Like, let me turn you down so she can clap back properly. What'd you say?
I said, Tashawn can't even do that. How long has he been at the station? For like 2 seconds? Like, come on.
Oh, jeez.
How long have I been a sensation?
Wow.
Damn.
Hey, he's coming up to his 4th month, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah,
No,
you're in
we
month
started
5.
in January.
Yeah,
We
you're in month
started in
5.
Oh, a month. That's crazy.
Yo, Tia's pulling rank on you right
I
now.
know. she's like, first of all, there's levels to this.
Just keep that same energy when you're in front of him, all right?
Oh no, of course.
She would.
I know. That's why she's
I
happy
already tried
because she
to fight
will.
him on Friday.
Did you? You guys had a little dust up?
On Friday? Nah.
Tried to
Okay.
fight him.
That was dope, by the way.
Oh yeah, she did try to fight me. At the Avalanche show.
Why?
I don't know. I was being annoying. I was being Tay. That's why.
Okay.
I was existing, and she just didn't like the fact that I existed. So she was like, "You know what, Tay? Let's just fight." And I'm like, "All right, cool."
My dad just texted me and said, "Don't trash the jazz."
Oh wow!
Oh, yeah?
Don't
What's
blame
your favorite
Sam.
jazz
Don't
artist?
blame Uncle Sam. Blame Tia. It's her fault.
I spent years building this up as a positive platform where we just talked about what we liked and shunned all negativity. And
then along comes Tia and Tashawn.
Tay, you're pretty positive, dude. I listened.
Wow.
By the way, I listened to Specifics again the other day.
Yeah.
Can you do a video? Can you do something so that gets like a second wind? Because
Okay.
honestly, man, I was sitting there listening to it, and it get like every time it gets me.
Honestly, I think
so raw.
I think Rob asked me to do something with that, and I was like, you know what? I might actually do a video to that. I was actually working on my video for Miss Thing and also for Bittersweet Pillow Talk, and I'm not sure exactly which I want to drop first, which is why I'm kind of having this dilemma here because I'm working on like music videos.
I mean, stick to the stuff you just released, but I would love, I don't give up on that record is what I'm saying. Like, people need to hear that because it's very real. There's a lot of things that I think a lot of people can relate to on it.
Yeah, like honestly, like
people you'd be surprised, you know?
Oh yeah, because I got a lot of people hitting me up after they heard that track. So when we first did the 24 and 24 thing, you sent me the audio clip. A lot of people were hitting me up on Twitter, and people never hit me up on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, like that's crazy. And they were just saying like, yo, like honestly, like I'd be suffering through stuff like this, and like hearing this song just makes me like, you know, love you as an artist because it's like I don't feel alone in this type of deal anymore, and it's like I can kind of like go to you whenever it comes to like, you know, actually feeling these types of emotions and everything. And I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted to do in regards to like my music. And I listened to it the other day and I was like, wow, like emotionally speaking, like personally speaking, I grew a lot from that song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not sure, when did we drop it? Like 2 years ago?
No, man.
I'm not sure, but it's
1
been like,
year.
Yeah, it's been like it's been a year.
Yeah.
Wow,
dude, you
crazy.
do not pay attention.
No. I thought it was like a year. Or some change.
It was literally
crazy.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh,
we talk about all this stuff, like right here in this room.
I know, but it's like it's just like wow, like honestly, like I feel like I'm just kind of like living in the future right now, so, which is why I'm like, oh snap, like it's been like 2 years ago or something like that.
That's
But it's
that
like,
anxiety, bro. You gotta get to the present.
No, it's just living in the future. That's pretty much what it is.
Okay.
But it's like, honestly, hearing that record, I was just like, wow, like a lot has changed since like I've recorded this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean,
like, I don't feel like the same artist from like recording that, but I also feel like the message is so prevalent to the point where it's like, wow, like me listening to this now, it's like wow, like this is crazy.
It's an important record in your catalog. I just want to make sure you don't let it fade away.
Nah,
So.
the video is gonna happen.
Okay, you heard it here.
I want it to happen
on the record. Now we got to put this on iTunes.
Yeah, of course.
So
keep it on record.
iTunes Thursday. This is gonna be up there. Yes. Tashawn promised a video.
No, I want this to happen. So like, hold it against me. It's like,
You could do something real simple too, because of the way the song is. Like it just needs it only needs a video in the sense that people are more likely to listen to things with a video attached. And you literally just need to like put it in front of them, and then once the song grabs them, they're in.
Exactly.
So
also, shout out to JT for producing that track.
Yes.
Yo, JT is a force on production. Hold on, let me find his Instagram real quick because I wanna kind of like.
Shout out to you for shouting out the producers. I love that they're getting their shine these days.
We need that.
No, like legit shout out. Like I can't possibly forget that because he literally sent me that song. He literally sent me the beat at random. He was like, "Yo, I want to work with you." I'm like, "All right, cool. Just send me whatever you like want because I wanted to do the 24 and 24 thing." And then he sends me the beat to Specifics, and I'm like, "Holy crap! I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat this whole track." And I thought it was gonna be like lyrically, like like what I usually bring to the alumni ciphers. And then I just got really deep, and I was like, "Oh wow!" Like this song took a very unexpected turn.
It was dope, man.
His Instagram is J Torres. Torres is spelled TORRESN_.
Okay.
So that's JT. That's the guy that produced
Is
Specifics.
it J as in the letter J?
Yeah, like JTORRESN_. He was the guy that produced Specifics. He's filthy on the beats.
Filth.
Holla at him, please.
Please.
If you're a rapper or a singer or anybody, like holla at him. He got the beats. He got the jams.
The jam.
For days. He got the jams.
Yo, and this is yeah. Dude, Jams. Shout out to him.
Wait, there's a producer named Jams?
No. Just shout out to your boy JT. People are texting me all sorts of random stuff. We can talk about it off the air. But yeah, so if you're tuned in right now, wherever you are listening to this, whether it's live, whether it's 2 days from now on iTunes, whether it's a week later on Google, whether it's wherever, whenever you're listening to it, let us know what you want us to talk about, because we got Tefpo coming through, like I said, next week. But after that, we got some airtime, and we really want to discuss all of these things, that you want to hear us discuss.
Yeah.
And we don't have any clean records from Tef yet, unfortunately, but they're coming. I want to play this boot camp click, this Trading Places. Tia, you gonna chill with us, or should we try to let people call in? What are you thinking? Are you even still there, Tia?
I am still here, yes.
All right, you gonna hang with us? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about? What's a topic you want to have us discuss as a family?
See, I have a couple of topics I want to talk about, but they're way too controversial, so I'll let you guys, I'm not even there, so I'll let you guys stir the pot today.
No, not right now, in the future.
Oh, in the future?
When we sit down and prepare in advance.
Well, I have one specific topic, but I don't know if you guys would want to get into. No, you're not, honey. You're in my mouth. What's it called? So, yeah, I want to do a thing on female rappers in Boston.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
On who?
On female rappers in Boston.
Let's talk about that.
Because I feel like we don't talk enough about them.
Yeah.
Nah, big facts. We should talk about
I'm with it.
So,
Y'all tuned in. Hit us. Let us know what you think about that. Throw in your 2 cents. We're going to play this Trading Places, and we'll be back with Teya, Tashawn.
Yeah.
Live Free or Die.
Live Free or Die Radio.
We're going to come right back. It's going to go online anyway.
okay.
Without the music.
Yeah.
So, I thought you said Latino rappers. You said female rappers?
Yeah, I said female rappers.
We have Oompa on here like every other week.
Yeah, and then who else?
Well, I'm on record as saying
Thomas, too.
Rael is probably one of the nicest out here. I just hate that we have to split it. Like, why don't we talk about male? Like, why does it have to even be split? Like
that.
Well, because there's a majority and there's a minority, and minority needs representation, and the minority is female rappers. Like, this is the problem. Even with mainstream rap, people are started this whole beef between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj because for some reason there could only be one mainstream female rapper.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So why do we? Yeah.
And we need to give them the representation in order for people to coexist because that's something that we don't allow. And unless we put them on, it's not going to happen.
I feel like Boston, if anything, is not. I mean, if you think about who's popping out here, like it's mad female rappers.
Yeah, and we should put them on. You know?
Absolutely.
All right, it's interesting that you say that because, like, remember how Cardi B and Nicki Minaj were on that Motorsport record?
Yep.
So there was an interview with Migos, right? And they were just like kind of like detailing the whole situation. And it sounded like they weren't really that interested in like, you know, trying to like, you know, brand like that song in a very specific way because they was like, oh yeah, like by the way, you know, we was trying to like, you know, get Cardi B and Nicki Minaj in the studio together, but like they just chose not to do it. And we was like, all right, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's not what happened.
Wait,
and that's what I'm saying.
I don't even.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what they said. But like, it didn't really sound too believable.
If you listen to the whole interview and you listen to when Cardi spoke on it, basically what had happened was, and you even listen to Nicki's interview and you put them all together. What happened was they wanted to put Cardi on because she's on the rise and she's dating Offset. And they put her on the song and they did not tell Nicki because she had a different line. It's even recorded too. You can listen to it on YouTube. She had a different line that literally talked about Cardi B. She had to change it because Cardi's on the song.
Yeah.
They didn't tell Nicki. And this is the problem, is that, like, people are really trying to make it seem like, oh, we cannot have them coexist, and we're going to pretend like that's not what we did, and then later on, hey, it comes out, I tried to coexist with this person, but they were trying to push me off. And I think that's kind of whack.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was getting at that. You know what I mean?
It did seem kind of slimy. But I mean, in terms of the only reason I responded like that when you said that is like, because I don't know, I guess to clarify what you mean, because, you know, we've had Dutch on, we've had Rael on, we've had Cash is the Fifth on, we've had Oompa on a few times, we've had the women from THHT on. Not that we have to name every female rapper, but like what I'm saying is like, it kind of sounds like you're saying we're not supporting them, but it's like, are we just supposed to be having, like, who are we missing? Like, you know what I mean? Are we supposed to be elevating them just because they're female, or are we supposed to be having dope artists that we rock with on here?
I don't think it's anything about, you know, not having dope artists, and, you know, definitely there has been people on. I'm just saying, like, things that we should talk about, like, that's something that I want to talk about, because I feel like there is a huge, even though there have been people on there, I do feel like there's a huge minority situation going on. But is it just that more men I agree the Nicki Cardi thing is different, but that's like some industry mainstream, like, people don't, you know, want to hear us talk about Nicki and Cardi, but like, I know it's not just that. I'm not just saying that, but
maybe this is an in-person conversation. But yeah, I think it could be an interesting topic. I mean, we definitely, I think some of the nicest people out here are probably women.
So Teya, are you trying to say like the female artists in our area are being misrepresented or anything?
I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah, let's talk about it. We can.
Oh yeah,
we can chop it up on air. I was just looking for ideas, and I thought you said Latino rappers, and I would agree there that Latinos and Latinas are often sort of like marginalized, even in the history books. You know, like in terms of starting hip hop and being involved in it, they run through the same thing. You know, it's like you could only have Pun, and then you could have Joe, and then you could, it's like wild. Like, I think now you just get to have Pitbull. Like, it's like you get one. It's messed up for sure, but yeah, I think it's a conversation. What else is on your mind? I don't think that's too controversial though. That's why, because you said it was controversial. So
hello,
you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Come on, because you said it was a really controversial topic. So.
Oh no, I have a couple of controversial topics. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't the only thing that I was thinking. I was thinking of a couple of things.
Okay.
But, maybe they are in-person conversations.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm curious. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm curious as to, like, what you think.
About what?
About what?
Like, yeah, like, I'm curious. Like, what does this have to do with?
Wait, dude, we keep saying we're going to talk about it on the air, and you keep bringing it back.
I know, but I'm just like, I'm curious. Like, the anticipation is killing me.
Nah, we want people to tweet at us. Let us know what you think we should be talking about.
True.
At Live Free OD Radio, at LFOD Radio.
Yeah.
Like, what can we do? More, less. So people are hitting me up about you, Teya. See, we got conversations. This is what we want. So, ladies, submissions at LFODradio.com. Send us some clean records. Because right now it's just Oompa hitting us with cleans.
Mm-hmm.
And Cassius when she dropped her stuff with
Billy
Chronic Tone.
What about Billy Dean?
She sent Rocky Balboa way back and we played it.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard from her in a little bit either. She's dope too. She's super dope.
Exactly. Super dope. Also, you don't have to be a rapper. You can be a singer, send clean records at LFOD Radio. Submissions at LFODradio.com.
I think that's dope. I mean, this does fall into what we plan to talk about more next year is we want to have more like forums and stuff. And one thing we've spoken about is we're going to have a group of women in the industry in here, whether they're managers or bookers or publicists, a lot of women that we know through this. It's ridiculous the way they're treated by artists, venues, everyone. So I wanted to have them on. We've actually it's going to be happening this fall. We're going to bring them on and kind of tell their stories. So this will be a good warm up to that. But I just my whole thing is I don't like how, I think we talked about this when Oompa was on. I don't like how you have to you're on here and now you have to compare Oompa to Rael to Dutch to Vintage to Cassius to Mona Velli now is making some noise. Red Shades is out here in Cambridge.
Oh yeah, shouts out to Red Shades, amazing. Red Shades is amazing. She has a song called Serena Williams, and it slaps.
Yeah,
it slaps so hard. It slaps like when you're being bad and then your parents catch you doing something bad and then they slap you in the back of your head. It slaps that hard. You feel me?
I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore.
No, of course not. But it slaps. It's amazing.
Dude, that Serena, back of the head one will wake you up.
It would not. For real. Nah, but Serena Williams is amazing though. It's wild because I literally find myself listening to that at least twice a week.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing. Honestly, she has an entire project out. She also has a Little Sabrina, the video for that. It features Lotus. It features some other people, some girls from the Hip Hop Transformation. Super, super dope video. It's amazing.
We have Serena Williams. We can play that.
Play Serena Williams.
Play
Serena Williams, please.
And definitely watch that Little Sabrina video.
Yes.
Not just because it's a good video, but because we're in it.
Wait, really?
You didn't peep that?
Oh no, the shirt. Yeah, the shirt's in it. But one of the girls from the Hip Hop Transformation, she was wearing that. She's wearing the shirt. So shout out to Kiara Taylor.
Shout out to Kiara
for supporting.
She shows
the brand,
mad love.
For supporting the brand.
She is tweeting at us now from her burner account.
What's she saying?
She's just saying things.
She's the maniacal laugh.
Yeah, hit us on at Live Free OD Radio if you want to get involved in the discussion. We're gonna get out of here with this Serena Williams. It's Red Shades. It's spelled SHAYDEZ. We're back next week with Tef Poe, who y'all better do your research before we do this interview.
Yes.
This is going to be a serious conversation. We're going to talk about some very, very real things. Today is going to sound trivial compared to that. And it was trivial. We're just trying to have some fun, Yeah. But, I was in a terrible mood all day, and I feel better now. So thank you guys,
Yay.
Brighten my day. Shout out to you too, Tashawn. 10,000 is great.
Thank you.
We're very proud.
Congratulations.
And I don't want to take too much credit, but that was the record that Teya and I chose to play on the air the other day. So I don't know if maybe that inspired it. Did you know that was the single?
That was supposed to be the song.
Okay, isn't it beautiful when it works out like that?
Yeah. like,
Sometimes they pick a different
this is gonna
song.
be the
Sometimes they pick something else, and they're like, "This is it."
I mean, it's fine if it was something else. I was just like, yo, I was like, this is the song, because every time I performed in Miss Thing, nothing but energy, and I was like, I would perform like other songs too, but like the energy that I got from Miss Thing, like everybody was feeling it, from like men, women, children, aunties, mamas, grandmamas. Like, come on, like Miss Thing is just a bop. It's just a bop. I was like, it has to be this summer.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it has to be the bop. It has to be the bop. I'm not gonna lie, but like, yo, like I think
I didn't
it's
know
a
you were
bop.
out here
It's
making
actually
bops.
trash. Okay, it's
Yeah,
actually
you say
really
bop.
bad. No, I'm playing.
Yo,
Nah, but like, yeah.
we gotta play this record and get out of
we
here.
gotta-
Serena
yeah.
Williams, shout out Red Shades, shout out everybody. Submissions at LFODradio.com. If we miss somebody, let us know. Tell them to send us
word.
our music, but let us know either way so we can reach out to them and build. We'll be back next week. Teya, thank you for calling in.
No, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Whenever. All right. Yo, and King of the Dot on Saturday. We're going to be at the Cypher on Friday. King of the Dot Saturday at the Middle East downstairs. It's a thorough lineup. Head Ice versus Nems. At LFOD Music, you can check out the flyer. It's going to be crazy. Can't believe we almost forgot. King of the Dot, King of the Dot, King of the Dot. Battle rappers, let's go. Live free or die.